確にいる。
レディーアクション。ミュージックスタート。どうぞ。炎を燃やせ。完成リズムに合わせて。誰から吹き飛ばす。はーい。チャーチャ。
行くぞ。確にいる。確にいる。行くぞ。確にいる。
炎を燃やせ。リズムに合わせて。誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。
確にいる。
炎を燃やせ。歓声を上げよ
う。行くぞ。確にいる。
誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。レディーアクション。いきます。炎を燃やせ。歓声を上げよう。
確にいる。
レディーアクション。ミュージックスタート。どうぞ。誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。はーい。チャーチャ。
行くぞ。確にいる。
リズムに合わせて。レディーアクション。誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。はーい。レ
にいる。
炎を燃やせ、歓声を上げよう。ちゃっちゃはーい、行きます。どんどこ誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。レディーアクション。行きます。
行くぞ、タフにいる。
炎を燃やせ、歓声を上げよう。リズムに合わせて。レディーアクション。
行くぞ、タフにいる。
誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。ちゃっちゃレディーアクション。ミュージックスタート。どうぞ。
行くぞ、タフにいる。
炎を燃やせ、歓声を上げよう。リズムに合わせて。レディーアクション。行きます。誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。はーい、
行くぞ、タフにいる。
炎を燃やせ、歓声を上げよう。ちゃっちゃはーい、行きます。どんどこレディーアクション。
行くぞ、タフにいる。
ちゃっちゃレディーアクション。誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。
行くぞ、タフにいる。
炎を燃やせ、歓声を上げよう。リズムに合わせて。ちゃっちゃレディーアクション。行きます。誰から吹き飛ばそうかな。はーい、
柵にいる。
炎を燃やせ、歓声を上げよう。チャッチャはーい、いきます。どんどこチャッチャレディーアクション。いきます。
行くぞ、柵にいる。悪は必ず根絶やしにする。
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Elune video here on the channel. And today, guys, I'm going to be going over Trent 12 and how I was able to beat him with the kind of old school team that we've known to love, or that I've known to love, which has been with Baldr, Karu, and, you know, very, very similar package. But I want to go over the DPS numbers that I was able to hit in order to accomplish this. So let's go over Baldr first, and he is basically the MVP of this team. He's going to be the one nuking down damage, dealing a lot with your with the ants, so that you can make sure that Trent does not remove your buffs and hit you for lots of damage with your way buff down, things like that. So Baldr, let's go over his gear first. Gear is still kind of mediocre. Now my right side is very, very strong, so this is purely used for the set completion, and it does give him a little bit of protection, reduces damage received from an enemy with lower attack speed than the user, and he's super fast. So as we go here, we'll go over his speed real fast. So he is pretty fast at 128, so he is faster than pretty much all the guys and Trent, so he has very, very good durability. But this is mostly just for the set completion to get that extra 10% attack speed, because we are using the Swift Ruin set. And the main reason we're using the Swift Ruin set is because this Swift Ruin rolled God. So 3 attack stats, one of the +3 almost hitting 600, and then a crit also at almost 90. So this is a perfect DPS boot for any DPS hero. You could use this on your Kangrims, you could use this on your Carolines, your Reves, your Baldrs. Whatever units you're going to use for DPS is just absolutely nuts. So I could not pass up the opportunity of getting this set completed. Unfortunately, that piece did not roll well, so that really doesn't have anything of what I want, but it completed the set, so maybe we'll get something better down the road. But the important thing here is the main attack stat is, or I'm sorry, the main stat is attack, and it does hit around 3,000, so that's still very, very strong overall. So it helps him out a lot for his DPS. And unfortunately, we're still on this. I mean, this does have 2 attack substats, and then it has crit power there, and then there, plus 50% crit power for 2 turns when defeating an enemy. So the necklace is actually very, very good for the BJ necklace. Getting you 50% more crit power is very, very good. But I do lack a lot of attack stat, but I do need to get another piece for DPS. For the level 80 gear, so then I could put this DPS sword here, which will give me, like, you know, 4,000 attack, 4,500 attack you guys see there, so on the DPS gear. So I don't think I have anything that rolled insanely well. No, I don't even have a really good DPS sword at the moment that rolled well, unless, did it roll well here? We did get 1 attack stat roll there, so that is a decent one to use. I could take that off our Baron, which he's not built right now anyway, so that's just kind of a placeholder gear. But yeah, that'll improve his DPS like by what, almost over 5,000. So he'll hit over 30k more than likely with that, because right now he's getting around 2,200, and if we were to switch over, you're looking at 5,000, like 5,300. So just that one piece is going to give him a lot. And keep in mind, increases attack and crit rate by 20% for 1 turn when attacking, cooldown on 2 turns. So that is a huge increase as well for his crit rate and attack increase. So yeah, that definitely is going to be a better set completion than the BJ set. I feel overall, even though you are getting 50% crit rate for 2 turns when defeating an enemy, and then you're getting crit power of 50%, more than likely, the DPS lighter gear is just going to be better overall, especially if I do roll some good substats. So I may take out like the shield here, maybe a DPS shield if I ever get one, but I don't think we can get the lighter shield yet. I believe that's probably going to be the Archeton, either the Archeton stage when that comes out. So, but anyway, that's everything with Baldr's gear. So like I said, he still has big improvements, but he is very, very strong right now. And then we go into his skills. All skills are maxed out level 6. I don't have an exclusive gear piece for him, so I optimally would like to get a S2 or S3 exclusive gear eventually, but I haven't had the RNG to get that yet, so hopefully one day we will get that. Skill gems, there you go. I do like having the set completion definitely there, a 10% chance to restore a soul. And then, like I said, on his skill 1 and 2, these aren't bad ones because these are all good physical damage and crit rate. So if you want to go all physical damage, then I could potentially just go all red and not get the set completion. They are 5%, so they're not great, especially his S1 is pretty mediocre. So I probably should go back in and probably go all attack because I am running him with Karu most of the time, so he doesn't really need the crit rate too much. So I probably would want to go full red eventually, but we'll see if that would change a lot. But let's finally go into the D slate, and my D slate went insanely well. So the bottom row, or I'm sorry, the whole right side row, you guys see there, we have a lot of good rolls here. So even though these are only green, the likelihood of, like if I were to exchange this, those are very hard to get stones. The green stones here. So I probably will not change those anytime soon. I'm probably going to reroll other things first. I'm definitely going to want to reroll his main grid. So you see there, his main grid, we only have, what is that, 5 of the stats that we want, which we have 2 golden attacks, which are 500 attack each. We have a golden crit of 40%. We have a purple crit power, and then we have a gold crit rate as well. So the other ones, we have blue here. So actually, I could enhance that as well, but I'm really wanting a lot more attack. So a lot of the support skills, like the accuracy, the physical defense, the evasion, all that kind of stuff, I'm probably going to reroll eventually over time, and I'm going to try to work on his main grid skills to get his attack rate higher, his, maybe his crit power higher, his crit rate higher, those kind of things. So that's how I would perfect Baldr down the road. But that's pretty much where he's at. So we'll briefly go into the other units. We're not going to really talk about the rolls because you guys know kind of what they do. Weiwei is universal for everywhere, but this is Weiwei's gear. So I do have her on a one-piece lighter set, thankfully. The big kicker is we do have her bubble cup is huge, having that increasing the level by 1, which brings to 100%. So that's pretty awesome to have that. And then we have the Corrupt set as well for souls. Now, I still feel that Corrupt is really, really good for Weiwei because mine's actually pretty fast. If we go here, mine has 134 speed, so very, very good. But actually, Baldr ends up being a little bit faster because that he has that set completion for the Swift Ruins that gives him attack speed. So that's the difference with that. But Weiwei, super, super strong. I feel, I'm pretty happy with how she's built currently. But, always room for improvement down the road. But she's pretty well. So Rachel, nothing's changed there. So you guys have seen my stuff with Rachel. She needs massive help with gear. So definitely room for improvement on Rachel. I don't want to have her on Great Spirit set. I want to have her on lighter sets. Maybe like a one-piece tank and then a one-piece DPS, something like that. Or maybe on the Swift, for attack speed, I don't know. Probably not a Swift, though. Probably want to go for DPS and for a tank, just to get her a little bit more tanky, get her defense a little higher, and then as well to get her a little bit more DPS. She definitely needs more attack for her to really be more utilized, because you see there her attack is only 10,000, so it's very, very low. I definitely want to get her at least to try to get her optimally to 16 to 18,000. That way we'll have a lot more DPS output with her. Karu, she has been upgraded recently to a +3, so very, very strong there. So her gear is Corrupt and Ulysses. pure support, so her gear is not super important for me to work on immediately. I definitely want to lean more on my DPS heroes first, but the fact that she does have her onward at level 7 is a huge help, so that is definitely awesome as well. And then, oh god dang it, I didn't mean to do that, sorry guys. And then the final hero that we are using is our Reve, and once again, she just helps with a little bit of the cleanup, just doing a little bit of the AoE DPS, inflicts a little bit more blazes with her passives and skill gem sets and things like that. Nothing really to write home with that incredibly well. Like I said, gear needs major rehaul. I need her to get a lot more DPS, but you know, she's a very back burner character because I mostly just use her for farming and for Dimension Rift, and she cleans up a little bit in Trent. So that's the team comp of how we're able to achieve everything, guys. But like I said, Baldr is the main showcase, obviously hero with 25,000 attack, and you know, the different things he does with his S3, getting to be able to trigger, give you an extra attack potentially, inflict those blazes, you know. So we do use the formation of the Iron Wall formation with him giving you the souls in the back row. So he's super awesome for this. So if you guys have a similar built Baldr or even a better built Baldr, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are able to beat Trent 12 pretty consistently with him. My win rate's probably around 60 to 65%. So let me know what you guys think over on the comment section down below. The final thoughts just of how you pilot him in the event is, I would say, definitely just time your switches when you need them to clear the ants. Don't necessarily use your switches when you need to do damage to Trent, because you're going to get that over time. But the important thing is to try to never get your buffs stripped. So you want to try to always be able to deal with the mobs every turn before Trent goes, before he wipes your buffs out and summons a new thing of mobs. So it have happened where it does wipe me out and I still haven't been able to come back and still clear the stage, but it is really a handicap when that does happen. So my recommendation is just try to deal with the ants every wave if you can. And there's probably a lot of people that have a better team setup. This is just what I have that really does work. You know, hopefully down the road, once I get more lighter gear, it's going to be even easier, especially to put some more stuff on my Rachel to get her DPS a lot higher. That's going to be very clutch for us. So, but thank you guys so much for checking the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys smash that like down below. Leave a comment below if this was helpful to you guys and what your team comps are for Trent 12. And as always, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you guys don't miss the next video. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next Elune video.